Hi everybody, welcome to your prenatal and postpartum workout. We got 15 minutes on the clock. We're gonna make this short and sweet, but super effective.
All right, we're gonna start with a little warm up. Bring your fingertips down towards your toes, and then come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, and then reach all the way down, tap your toes, and all the way back up overhead. So we're warming up your back body, starting to get some blood flow into your hips, into your glutes. Working on that hip hinge, so letting your tailbone go back as you bend forward. Right, take your feet as wide as you need to if you're pregnant to make space for the baby. Reaching all the way up, good. One more here, and then we'll take side kicks. We're gonna move into hamstring kicks to the side, opening your chest, taking the elbows back. Again, getting some stretch in the front body and engagement in the back of your legs. If you have any pubic bone pain here, you can keep both feet on the floor and just alternate from one side to the other. You can also go a little bit deeper in your squat, whatever feels good to you today, right? What feels good today might feel completely different than what felt good yesterday. That's the nature of prenatal and postpartum, right? Good, so keep going here. Open up through your chest. Good. Awesome. Go a little deeper in your squat if you can. Sending your hips back, warming up your legs. We're doing a lower body workout today, so you really want to get some blood flow going down there into your legs, into your glutes. We're going to keep your glutes nice and strong through pregnancy and postpartum. All right, one more on this side. Good, roll it out, grab your weights. All right, so we're gonna start with some deadlifts. Turn your palms out. We're gonna bring the hands all the way down. So you're gonna come down for a count of 2. Exhale up for a count of 1. So going nice and slowly. So you can really access those glute muscles in the back. Send your tailbone back. Exhale, come all the way up to stand. Good, again, take your feet as wide as you need to here to make space for the baby. Shoulder blades stay down your back. Good, taking your time, and imagine your glutes like a pulley. It was pulling your back up, right? We're not using our back to stand up, we're using our deep glutes and our outer hips. Good, nice, 3 more here. You got this. Press through your heels as you come up. Good, waking up those legs. Good, and then roll it out. Walk your feet out. Take your feet a little wider than your hips. Weights on your hips. Sit back, and we're gonna rock from side to side here. Going side to side, opening through your hips. You can let those weights kind of sit in the pocket of your hips. The toes can come off the floor as you're rotating. So you're starting to get the quads fired up, the glutes. This is one of those positions that I love to do in prenatal because it helps, you know, really strengthen all of the muscles that you need for labor, right? Because sometimes you'll spend hours in this position. Good, last 2 here, and then we'll go straight for straight squats. Come back to the center, come all the way back up. Bring your feet a little closer together. Take the weights in front of your hips, and we'll drop all the way down as low as you can. Exhale, come up. So send your tailbone back. Sit really far back in your hips, right? Like you were trying to sit back into a chair that was really far behind you, right? So the weight should be in your heels. Again, you're using those glutes as a pulley to come up to stand. Keeping your back nice and straight, a little engagement in the core. If you have prolapse, you can bring your feet a little closer together, stay a little higher in your squat. Postpartum, right? If not, you can go as low as you'd like, especially if you're in like 35, 36 weeks and beyond. We want to start opening that pelvis. So deep, deep squats, opening the pelvic floor is a really great way to go. Good. Last 2 here. 1 more. Good. Roll the shoulders out, shake your legs out. All right, both weights up to your shoulders. Take your feet a little wider than your hips. We'll do lateral lunges. So you're gonna send your hip back towards the wall behind you, almost like you were sitting in a half squat. Press all the way back up to stand, and then go over to the other side. Left hip back, press all the way up to stand. You're gonna use that pulley of your back glute to pull you up. Sit all the way back and all the way up. Expand through your back hip as you go back. So you should feel your glutes turning on here, right? All the way back and in. If you feel any discomfort in your pelvis when you're doing this, take your feet a little closer, right? You don't have to go really far out. And then all the way back. Good, keep going here. To the side, middle, and all the way back. So you'll notice that we're not stepping the legs together. Sometimes that can cause a little extra pull on the pelvis that we really don't need. And you can get the same benefit by just switching from side to side here as stepping out, right? Good, one more each side and we'll switch it up. Hopefully your legs are a little bit on fire by now. Good, and then bring your feet back together. Arms down, roll the shoulders out. Good, fantastic. All right, we're gonna come down to our side. So options here are you can do this same position, this position on your side with your elbow underneath your head, or you can come up into a side plank if this is part of your regular practice. So belly will be pulling back, baby and belly are drawing back, top leg is lifted. If you're on the floor, the top leg can lift here. And we'll do toe taps, straight up and down, sending that heel back towards the wall behind you. So if you're on the floor, you're bracing through your core. Stay nice and steady in the middle of your core as you're lifting. If you're in side plank, you're doing the same thing, it's just a little harder, right? Press your elbow away from your hips, the elbow that's on the floor. Those outer hips starting to engage and get stronger. We need that deep intrinsic strength in your hips to make sure that as your pelvis is spreading and opening to get ready for the baby, that those muscles are staying strong and lending to a lot of stability, right? We need stability and flexibility. Good, last 3 here, you got this. 1, 2, kick that leg all the way back. 3, awesome, good. Come all the way down, we'll switch to the other side. Right elbow down, right knee down. Same thing on this side. So option 1 is all the way on the floor, cradling your head with your hand, leg lifts and lowers, toe taps. All the way here, press that foot back. Option 2 is that side plank, lifting the core, tapping the top foot down and all the way up. Good, so a trick here is to press your hips forward and this top leg goes back towards the wall behind you. You will feel it a lot more in that outer hip. Good, and then brace with the core. Press those feet away from each other. Turn those top toes towards the floor so you get that outer hip. We need those strong outer hip muscles. Ooh, so good. Are you shaking yet? Last 2 here, you got it. 1 more. Awesome, good. Come all the way down. Come over onto your back. All right, so if you are pregnant, you are okay to be on your back for a short amount of time. If you feel nauseous or lightheaded, come over onto your side, or you can come up and do squats, standing. Elbows down into the floor. You're gonna lift the hips, press those glutes up, squeeze the glutes as you lift. Drop all the way back down. Stay connected into your glutes through the whole movement, up and down. Think of lifting your hips all the way up from the muscles instead of the flexibility of your lower back, right? We don't want to scrunch through the lower back and lift. We want to squeeze those glutes as you come up. Good, nice. Stay connected into those glutes and then see if you're pressing more through one side or the other. See if you can press equally through both heels. All right, we got to keep those glutes really strong. This is the other thing. In pregnancy, keeping those glutes strong will keep you from getting mom butt, which is the great disappearing mom butt that just disappears on us because our glutes stop working, right? But for your core and your pelvic floor strength, keep those glutes engaged and connected. Last 2 here, you got this. Press through your heels, squeeze it up, only coming as high as your glutes can handle, and then drop all the way back down to the floor. Draw your knees into your chest. Take your knees wide if you're pregnant, rock side to side on your back. Good, and then we'll come back over to that side plank position. Start with your left knee down, left elbow down. Right, so same position applies. You can either do half plank or side plank, or you can come down here. We do rainbow taps. So the toe is gonna come forward and then all the way back behind you. So you're keeping the core engaged, but you're using the front, middle, and back of your glute medius up here on the outside of your hip. Good, so if you're in half plank, it looks like this, right? Tapping, making a little rainbow with your toes. And that rainbow can be a very tiny rainbow if it needs to be. Good, but stay connected in your core. Pelvic floor is lifting, deep core is engaging, and you're definitely gonna feel this in your outer hips, right? If your toes start cramping, you can absolutely flex your foot. I know that can be a huge issue during pregnancy, right? The toes just start cramping out of nowhere. Good, engage your deep core. You got this. Stick with that connection in the core so you're not wobbling back and forth. 2 more rainbow taps. 1 more, 2. Good, awesome. Come down, switch to the other side. Right knee down, left leg out. Feel those outer hips, right? All right, come back up to the same position that you had on the other side, so either on your side or in a side plank. Foot flexes, and we'll tap forward and back, making little rainbows on this side. The second side is always harder than the first because you've already done one side, and really you're working both legs at the same time when you're doing this exercise. So undoubtedly, whichever side you do first, the second one is going to be harder. So it's not because you're weaker, it's just because your muscles are tired and they need the good strength. Good. Last 3 here. 1, you got this. 2, stay connected in your core. 3. Good. You guys, we got 3 minutes left. Awesome. Good. Come over to a downward dog. All right, you're going to pedal out your feet. Take a second to breathe here. Rest of your heels. Okay, we're not cooling down just yet, but we're going to make our way that way. But we're just taking a break to let our hips relax. Good. Shift from side to side. Good. And then walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. Bend your knees, send your tailbone back. Come all the way up to stand. All right, grab those weights again. We're going to take a few lunges. Here, split lunges. So right leg goes back, left leg forward. The distance of your feet depends on how your pelvis feels. If your pelvis feels a little unstable, take your feet a little closer together, right? Really engage in the core. If your pelvis feels okay, you can go back a little bit further, but just stay connected into what's happening in your pelvis. Good. All right, weights at your hips. You're gonna tap that knee down, come all the way up, drive through your front heel. Good. Nice. Stay focused on your legs. Driving through your left glute, the front glute, as you're lifting. Good. If you want to add a little bit of arm work here, you're more than welcome to. You can take a bicep curl as you lunge. Good. Keeping the spine nice and long, but stay focused on your legs. If the bicep curl starts to be a distraction from your legs, drop it. You can just take the weight to your hips. Right. Press your left knee out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Good. Drive through that foot all the way up. Good. 1 more here. Awesome. Good. And switch legs. Bring that leg back together. Right leg forward, left leg back. Other side. Good. Bend your front knee. Drop it down. And lift up. Press through your front heel. Front knee is pressing out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. So you're using that glute to press up as you come up. And again, same option here. You can absolutely do bicep curls as you are lifting here if you'd like a little bit of arm lifting. Good, we got 30 seconds here. We're so close to being done. Hang with me here. You guys are gonna hear a little bell go off. That workout is done. Good, all right. Bring that left leg all the way back up. Good, we got 1 set of hamstring deadlifts, palms facing your hips, just as we started. Down for a count of 2, exhale, up. Just squeeze those glutes all the way down and up. Good, 3 more here. See if you feel more activity in your glutes now that we've done all of that other work. Good, last 2 here. 1. Perfect, good, roll those shoulders out. Walk your hips out. You can put your weights off to the side. Good. Take your feet wide, reach the arms up overhead, full breath in. Exhale, cross the arms, take a little squat. Inhale, reach the arms up. 1 more little squat. Good. Let go of any tension in your neck and shoulders, all the way down. Good. And then take a forward bend. So all the way down, wherever your hands are, you can bend your knees, send your tailbone back, let your head relax. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Full breath, breathe and expand into your mid-back. And then wherever you are, bend your knees, straighten your right leg, lift your right arm towards the ceiling. Okay, do you feel this in the outer right hip? Good, right hand back down, keep the knees bent, straighten your left leg, right leg stays bent, opening to the side. Gentle twist. All the way back down. Good, roll all the way up to stand, hamstring kicks to open the front of the body. So I want you to think about this as opening, releasing any tension that might have crept into your quads and into your hips before you start your day, especially if you have a day that you're going to be sitting a lot. This is a really good move to do during the day. You find yourself nursing and the chest is really tight and the legs are tight. Just give this a go. Okay, last two here, almost done. Awesome. Great work. Roll those shoulders out, roll your wrists out. Keep moving, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me.